Oh, look, could that be phase one correction? Ooh, and then we go to phase two correction. Oh, and then phase three correction to the top. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it could be. That's what we're talking about. So all the people are like, when banana, it's the same fucking banana. It's just, it's going to be a bigger banana. And I know you like big bananas.
Bitcoin Zela stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zela today and enjoy the new edge.
In this video, we will talk about crypto and Bitcoin, exploring trends, tips, and future. Let's watch them.
There's also a bunch of discussion about, hey, isn't this a cycle top? No, morons, no. The banana zone. Let's go through this again because the general audience of dim-witted ninnies can't seem to understand this. Obviously, the Real Vision people who subscribe to the macro investing tool as part of Real Vision Alpha, realvision.com/join, they know all of this. They sleep like babies at night. The rest of you are spinning out of control, saying, hold my hand, I don't know what's going on, help me. We keep trying to help you. Yeah, listen. We are in an elongated cycle. This box will probably be significantly longer than the previous box. We said phase one of the banana zone. Phase one correction. We're still in the early stages of phase two. Phase two is going to take us up here. Maybe that's the 200,000. Maybe it's further. I don't know. We will then have a correction. We saw that on that chart previously. Look, think of this. Oh, look. Could that be phase one correction? Ooh, and then we go to phase two correction. Oh, and then phase three correction to the top. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it could be. That's what we're talking about. So all the people are like, when banana, it's the same fucking banana. It's just, it's going to be a bigger banana. And I know you like big bananas. Really. So the banana's bigger than you can handle. And it's going to take longer than you can. Excuse me? There was kind of filthy snickering going from the other room there. It's a big banana. And it's going to go a long way. That's all I can say. So that's where we are. That's the alpha. We will go across to the Real Vision platform now. That's Real Vision. That's what we do for a living. We give everything out for free, so you eventually come across and unfuck your future. If you're too stupid for us to help you, then I wish you all the luck. You've probably got a string of numbers after your Twitter handle. And you probably eat Doritos and Bud Light. Cool Ranch Doritos.
Bitcoin has slipped to a 4-week low, raising concerns that the market may be showing early signs of exhaustion. The price recently dipped under $109,000 after long-term holders cashed in on roughly 3.4 million Bitcoin worth of profits, according to on-chain analytics firm Glassnode. At the same time, exchange-traded fund inflows have slowed, suggesting less fresh demand is entering the market following the Federal Reserve's latest rate cut. The cryptocurrency has now fallen below key support levels, around $112,000, touching $108,700 on Coinbase during late Thursday trading. Analysts note that Bitcoin hasn't yet tested $107,500, a level seen at the start of September, but the market could be headed there again. Momentum has weakened, and with prices hovering near critical support, some warn that another wave of stop-loss selling might be triggered. Glassnode's data also shows profit-taking has spiked to levels usually seen near cycle tops. Historically, such peaks often precede a cooling phase. Meanwhile, some short-term holders are now selling at a loss, an indicator of market stress. Unless demand from institutions and new buyers returns quickly, Bitcoin could remain under pressure. Still, some like Michael Saylor remain optimistic that the asset will rebound in Q4 once macro conditions improve.
So remember that M2 chart? I see a lot of bullshit, again, as ever, on X saying, well, it doesn't work. It's never really worked in the past, blah, 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 blah. So here is what it did with the 12-week lead applied in what we think is the most similar cycle to this one, which is the 17 cycle, 16, 17 cycle. And back then, Bitcoin followed it really well. It worked really well. And in fact, Bitcoin peaked after Global M2 peaked. But you can see how well these things work. They're not perfect. Look at all of these divergences where you're losing your shit saying, well, it's doing different things. It's underperformed here. Bitcoin outperforms here. It's underperformed here. Why is it underperforming? In the end, it's all bloody noise. So that's what we're saying. The other one is when we look at a similarity of that pattern, we kind of see that 2026 is more 2017. And that somewhere contextually there's this extra year. And it feels like it's all to play for. And this very remarkably similar pattern. Again, we're not looking for this to repeat perfectly. We're giving contextualization that if we go longer, the price is going to go higher than people expect. That's a function of that log regression channel I often show you. And I think that is the most likely outcome. And there'll be somebody on X now saying, yeah, you're going to blow everybody up. We're going to try and do our best. That's all we can do. And you guys have to manage your own risk. We're just trying to do the best we can to help you navigate this. And by our probabilistic standards, we think that it goes well into 2026. And you'll probably have, this says like towards the end of this year, you'd have some sort of correction. Well, can you imagine how many people are going to, if we got a little parabol over 200,000, how many people are going to say it's the top? I'd say 70% of FinTwit or crypto Twitter. It'll correct. And then if we're right, then it takes off again. Okay, that's unexpected. And this is what's been in my head for a while, is we're going to trap everybody who has PTSD from the last cycle, and everybody who's the 4-year crypto cycle is sacrosanct. That's my guess. I know there's going to be a ton of people arguing about this. That's my best guess.
Solana has slipped below the $200 mark, falling to $192 on Thursday after erasing its sharp rally to $253 in less than a week. The 19% drop rattled market sentiment, but attention is now turning to a potential catalyst that could reshape SOL's momentum. A ruling on grayscale spot Solana ETF is due on October 10th, and many analysts believe the decision could open the door to significant institutional demand, much like what has fueled Bitcoin and Ether over the past year. While smaller products like the Rex Osprey Staking Solana ETF already exist, a direct spot ETF would provide deeper liquidity and a clearer gateway for institutions. Currently, less than 1% of Solana supply is held by institutions, compared to 16% for Bitcoin and 7% for Ether. This underallocation makes Solana a prime candidate for what Pantera Capital calls its institutional moment. Despite this optimism, caution remains. Prediction markets only give Solana a 41% chance of hitting new all-time highs in 2025. Still, technical indicators offer some hope. The Relative Strength Index recently dropped below 30, a level that has historically signaled short-term bottoms. If support between $185 and $200 holds, Solana may be setting the stage for another rally. If you have been watching so far, thank you so much for watching, and do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Zela for daily news, all for free. That's all for today's video. Until next time.